Hey y'all.
Wow.
What's going
Edie Dips.
on?
What's up, Big Pressure? Uneasy sis. Y'all hit that
Yum.
like button.
What's
This
up,
nigga.
Big Pressure? What's going, Edie? What's up, bro? He's about
Yo,
yes, Lord.
this nigga here. Don Play is the biggest troll. I think he trying to become the biggest troll around this bitch. Yo.
Let me
So
put this
what's up,
out so I can get
ladies?
on the
What we
camera.
talking about tonight?
What is not to talk about? It's so much bullshit going on right now.
Mm.
If we talking about YouTube bullshit or
I'm talking
entertainment,
about all the bullshit. YouTube, off the tube, around the tube, in the tube, on top of the tube.
but not the people that don't get in the tube. Okay, but anyway. So now in real
Who
life,
don't get in the tub?
it's a lot of funky bitches, man. It's a lot of funky bitches.
Oh wow.
Mm.
But I did see some things with the escape ladies. Did y'all see that?
Yes, child.
Yeah, I seen that tragedy.
Tragedy. So all this time, the Tasha girl been playing like she been the victim, like everybody just was out against her. Whole time that bitch was robbing her own sister.
Let me get on the camera for this. Let me get on the camera for this. Cause you really can be controlled like that. Do y'all see how her husband was whispering in her ear to tell her what to say in a confessional?
Like I said, it's giving me Kelvin, Wendy, Monique, Sydney, giving me some of them kind of vibes, honey.
Gives me Ike and Tina, because I think somebody
I,
be getting beat on behind closed doors or something.
Ike and Tina is another good example.
But Tina beat the fuck out of Ike in the end.
Well, I'm gonna need her to numb run ready get
M-
cute real soon.
Maybe, maybe you too could learn how to fight, honey.
Cause what?
Maybe he ain't beating her. Maybe his dick just that good.
Listen,
Ain't none,
I've
ain't
been
none.
blessed in my life to have a great sexual experience. And number one, ain't no dick gonna make me trade on my people that I rock with. Ain't no dick about to control my actions. Ain't no dick about to run my business. And ain't no dick about my music business. That's a whole nother animal. Like what?
Like I would tell him like, look, I ain't hear you in the booth not one time spitting out nail. La 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 la.
Yeah,
Whenever you can la
no.
la 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 la, you can tell me what to do, baby. Okay.
Maybe he has some head so good that he's responsible for showing her how to reach those falsettos.
And again, I've been blessed to experience some wonderful mouths in my lifetime. And you're not gonna tell me what to do with my music. And here's the thing, right? Cause y'all know I don't have no biological sisters. I got all brothers. That's why I feel like I am a nigga inside of a woman body. I would love to have a sister. Everybody I know that have sisters, they don't fool with their sisters for real. So to treat your sister like that and then not to just do it behind closed doors, but to be on national TV doing your sister like that, that's you grimy. And then you got the nerve to be coming out with a gospel album. This is why people don't want to go to church in the first place.
Can I
Now
get
that's
a
a
amen?
look, that's a whole nother conversation right there.
Look,
God
while we talking
knows.
about that, can we talk about that preacher that just was checking bitches from the pulpit?
I thought she was the
Girl.
preacher wife. She was the preacher.
She was in the pulpit. How she get up there?
She's a preacher also.
Um,
She was a reacher that day because she would have had me fucked up.
I ain't see it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So this lady, she was at church, and evidently something happened with the pastor and this woman, right?
You
I
see
guess
the
she was gonna
video? Where's it at?
prophesy or something to the pastor.
Hey, cousin,
Okay.
Where is the video? We can't find it.
send me the video to IG so we can play it.
We lost it.
And she gonna sit up there on the church stage with the microphone. Said I may be holy now, something like that. She said, but I'm from Brooklyn, and I'll lay hands on you. I'll beat your ass up in the pulpit.
She cussed her out from the pulpit.
From the pulpit, girl. I
You
was like,
lying.
But you want people to come to church and
Oh,
listen to what you got to say
wait a
and how
minute,
you
y'all. I'm
judge
having technical
people.
problem.
This the type stuff that make me mad as a preacher's kid because you want people to believe in God, but can you blame them for not?
Like, I was looking at that video, just shaking my doggone head. Then she went to Instagram or TikTok, made another live cussing.
Not with the Zell information.
Like, I was like, what?
Here we go.
You got a word for my husband. I said, no, you ain't got a word for him. You got a word for us. Natasha Davis. I told you, I'm not your typical first lady. This first lady fight. And if I catch you in the street, I warned you. I'm just hell. It was hell. I never knew I could go through so much hell, Trina. It's hell. The woman from Atlanta that tried to come in between me and my husband. This woman says she's a prophetess. She got a word for my husband. I said, no, you ain't got a word for him. You got a word for us.
Wow. But then you said it was caught fighting, actually fighting.
That's what I heard today. I didn't see that video, but they said they were in front of the Waffle House scrapping, girl.
it go down at the Waffle House.
But they was playing the keys behind her like she really was saying some shit.
Right. That's what I couldn't get over. And they, yeah, in the audience. I would have got up and walked out, and they would never seen this face no more. Okay.
Baby, I would have
Man.
been pissy, laughing, and pulled my camera out my phone, and I would have recorded her ass. Okay. Shout out to cousin.
You would have recorded it for the net, huh? For the using the tube.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would have been so disgusted. I would have walked out. Yeah, I seen that big screen. Make sure people can scan
I
this
ain't
video.
see it. I wasn't paying no attention.
Baby, she
Yeah.
had her PayPal up there.
Behind the girl. While she walking back and forth.
That's sad.
Is that where we at with the church?
So now the pastors' wives want to be on Bad Girls Club and shit.
I guess so. Because what kind of example are you setting to the young women in church? Oh, the
Right,
cash app and all.
Where
Whoop.
was
The
The
husband was the pastor, though, wasn't he?
Where was the deacons? Where was the deaconess? What they was
But,
all with the
but,
shit.
but hold on, sis. Is the pastor not the man? Her man?
Yeah,
You were
because
over to
she's
the side, girl.
our typical first lady.
Right. Okay. Exactly. So he was the pastor.
Yeah.
He probably felt good. Was rock hard in the pew.
Girl. Now that's too much. That's too much.
He probably
Like,
did it
lady,
right there in the pastor study after that fiasco.
lady. Uh-uh.
Now I
I just
know
got a
they
low
say come as
tolerance
you
for
are.
bull. And I probably would just get up and walk out.
They definitely could not have led me anywhere. He definitely could
Not
not have
nowhere.
been my shepherd. Okay. But I would have stayed for that whole motherfucking performance because I would have recorded her. I would have got that footage. That was some never before seen shit. Now I done seen some shit, but I that's worse than the cussing pastor.
See, well, I don't believe in cuss words though.
Accent language. Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe in cuss words. I feel like it's a level to language, and we need levels because there's a difference between me saying, "Could you please be quiet?" and "Shut the fuck up." We
Yeah.
need both.
Cause I know one Sunday my dad was preaching on what in hell do you want? But by the time it got to everybody else, it was what in the hell do you want?
They got a melanin shade room.
Uh-huh.
Just y'all just hit me to some.
Oh, y'all, that is
Yeah.
cousin Kenya. She just came from leading a march in New Orleans. She's very, very active all over the United States. So
Hey,
if y'all,
cousin Kenya.
How
yes,
can you?
yes. So shout out to cousin Kenya for that footage. I be tooting her horn all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And that's what we
seriously,
need. More people like cousin Kenya. Because what are we really doing out here? What are we really doing?
It's like I'm so appalled about the Zelle and Cash App and stuff flashing behind her. Just as appalled as I am about that big 10-foot picture at my husband's home church of white Jesus, okay? Like I'm equally as appalled. Like,
are we
no.
really still doing white Jesus?
They got a girl, the picture
We
so
ain't.
so big. And it's like it's like he went to church Sunday. Like I the whole time I'm just sitting there looking at white Jesus. Okay. It's like I can't pay attention to nothing going on. Okay. Oh,
But this be my thing. They pick and choose what they want to go by because isn't it somewhere in the good book where it say don't make no graven images to me?
That is
So where
absolutely
I live at, they had made a big old, I don't know how tall it was, but it was a big old statue of Jesus with his hands out like this, and it got struck by lightning.
that one in Brazil gets struck by lightning all the time.
Like they pick and choose what they decide to go by. Like, but it's okay. Cause real shit missionary Baptist church
stay
It's
is
tuned.
like
coming
Jesus
soon.
saying, that
It's
ain't
coming
me.
soon.
That ain't me. I'm gonna take your hands
Period.
down.
One of
Period.
those. I
Yeah.
just want to be either on the usher board or head deaconess of Real Shit Missionary Baptist Church.
It's coming
Um,
soon.
I
Stay
be a
tuned.
usher. I be a usher.
Stay
okay.
tuned. Stay tuned. And come with an open mind. You don't even have to wear no
I need to
clothes
get my
coming to this
little
church.
dolly and everything. Them little dollies, they wear different colors on top of their head.
Yeah.
The
But
what?
I'm gonna give me one of those for the church.
What is
but
it?
The little dolly thing that the ushers here put on their head like a little dolly. That's what it looked like to me, a little lace dolly. Like what you see at your grandma's house.
Oh, the nurses where I live at, they don't wear them. The little hats our people wear. They look like upside down Chinese food boxes.
wait
That's
a
what
minute.
it looked like to
No, I'm
me.
talking about for the church.
What?
Deaconess
Ushers.
have to be
Yeah,
married.
that's what the nurses wear where I live at. They look like little upside down Chinese food boxes.
No, the they wear nursing's outfits here, but on top of their head they have a little dolly with lace around it that they put on top of their head.
What you supposed to put on your knees when your skirt too short? I ain't walking around with no towel on my head.
It ain't like that. It's like cloth, and it's got lace around it, and it's got a little comb that you can put it up in your head. But it's got like little lace around it, and they just put that on the head.
I ain't never seen that before.
According to the bylaws that
She
are
said
made
she gonna
up.
read the program.
Thank you, cousin.
She
But
gonna
Donnie,
be
you
up there like,
you
go
can't
ahead.
tell nobody. That's you come up with your own shit.
Yeah, because we
Okay.
can't be having no towels on the heads, because no. But feel free to cover up your knees if you're. But you don't even gotta wear clothes at this church.
Yeah, stop saying it because people gonna really want to come in the nude. You got to say you don't have to
They
dress
can
up.
log in and be naked. We ain't gotta see them.
Oh God, see that's what I'm saying. You gonna bring out all
Come
the
as you are.
Don't get
you
me
gonna
on being naked
Come
today
as
now.
you are.
you is on YouTube. These people
No,
gonna
it's
come
not on
naked.
YouTube. It's on Patreon, on Blankets and Bullshit.
Oh, cause you know these weird motherfuckers on YouTube gonna come naked for real.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be on Patreon, y'all.
Hey,
Listen,
Mr. West.
niece.
She said that's the communion cap. Hey, look,
Listen,
it looked
listen,
like an
niece.
upside down Chinese food box to me.
But listen, niece
Hey,
on the
Mr. West.
bottom. Okay. Yesterday on my live,
He's talking about the
this
Chinese food.
fool gonna keep coming in with his dingling swinging in the background.
That's what she said. Show them what you said it looked like, though.
This thing right here. You know where there's a good curve. You seen that commercial on TV that said that if your curve is too curved, then it could be Peyronie's disease. Okay,
Oh, damn.
His thing was like a question mark, and he was laying on the bed and he was just going back and forth like that. And I'm
That
like,
is super weird. You took the time to press somebody link, wait backstage on your bed, and
I,
pose till the motherfucker looked at your little box at the bottom.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Weird. That's
if
fuck.
y'all see the name William Moore, it possibly could be him. Okay,
I'm not into the whole hook thing
Well,
anyway.
I welcome him to Real Shit Missionary Baptist Church because maybe he need to be delivered.
But because see, that's the people that I would like to reach in our
I ain't
ministry.
gonna beat my meat on camera no more.
I've been delivered.
I've been delivered.
Everybody need deliverance.
See, I don't
And,
want
and
the
listen,
people.
the regular church not gonna accept them. That's fucked up.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't want the regular church folk. They already saved and sanctified. Ain't never did no wrong. They done been cleaned up and ain't never been dirty before in their life. We can't help them. They don't need no help. They stronger than Jesus. I want the ones that actually are dirty and don't even know that they can be clean. So we can show them that baby, don't clean everything. Jesus do too. You understand? So yeah.
For real though. So stay tuned for Real Shit Missionary Baptist Church. It's not a joke. It might be funny. We're gonna have fun, but we dead ass serious because let's just be real. The shit that's going on is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And somebody has to talk about it. Like,
Mhm.
how the hell church is so judgmental and accepting at the same damn time?
Yeah.
Y'all judgmental as fuck, but y'all accept all the bullshit that y'all and y'all people that y'all cool with do.
My analogy used to be this. Okay, y'all sit up here and talk about sex out of marriage or all this stuff like that, but let old girl that slept with somebody's husband have that baby shower in the thing in the bed of the church.
In the
So it's
fellowship
like,
hall?
huh?
In the fellowship hall?
In the fellowship hall. I don't know why it didn't come to my head because I believe this time of night. Y'all know I'm
They
old
have
now.
baby showers at the fellowship hall now?
They let her
I
have the
guess
baby shower at the fellowship hall.
I guess her grandmama and them must have gave the most donations. See, it's all
Girl.
about the money,
They
right?
must be kin to Latasha and her mama.
Yeah. Some they done took stolen money, donated 10 racks. Now the church let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. They doing the stanky leg
She
while they
said, long
drunk.
as they
So,
pay.
so if I go to church and drop 10 racks, they'll accept
Not
me on
only
up
can
in
you
there.
have your baby shower in the fellowship hall, but you will have a reserved seat on the front pew and you will have a reserved parking space close to the left side of the door.
Check this out. As long as you donate them 10 racks, all married couples can have a swingers retreat. Okay? You can have a swingers retreat. But you
Ooh.
got to be married because they don't believe in premarital sex. That's the bullshit we doing now.
You also get
Okay.
served your communion first.
And mine is in gummy form.
Hey,
Y'all, that's where we at now. That's
you
what
took the
we
words out of my throat. I was trying to see how I was going to say it nicely. But all jokes aside, it's bullshit. And it really bothers me because I know it's a lot of people in the chat that's new, but here on my page, I'm big on our people. And it frustrates me because our people are in the worst condition.
Hmm.
So to keep allowing this bullshit to go on, like who gonna say enough is enough?
Right.
Stop complaining about shit. We're gonna do some shit about it.
Hmm.
So
are we dropping the link? Are we dropping the link?
to the stage, yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. Let's drop the link. Now they gonna give them communion after because they gonna be thirsty. Right, right. All you gotta do is take communion and I'll be forgotten.
No, they get the good crackers. They crackers don't make their mouth dry.
They don't get the new waffle crackers, they get the old crunchy crackers.
They get the good crackers.
They got
Girl, most of these churches done switched over to the Catholic crackle, okay?
yeah, that little waffle cracker.
Hmm.
I was mad
But
as
look,
fuck.
my daddy used to be a pastor at this white church. He was the pastor of urban outreach and stuff like that. And they had real bread.
Oh,
They
like
used to
dried
bake bread.
croutons or some shit.
No, baked bread. They used to bake the bread.
Okay, peach
Girl, I
people.
would have been in the bag gorging myself, okay?
I made me a
Give
few
me
pieces.
all the body.
Listen, I made me a few pieces of toast every first Sunday.
I'm trying to tell you,
I love me some fresh bread, girl.
Fresh
I don't
bread,
even
hit
need to.
right.
I don't even
Now
need to
you
talk.
needed a full cup of
Matter
the
of fact,
juice
let me get
though.
my bread off myself.
You needed a full cup of the juice though. You couldn't do just a little cup.
But they really wonder why the society fucked up. Because in the natural order and structure of things, the church takes the head.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, how you be so judgmental, but they the most accepting of everything now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't judge nobody. You got to answer for yourself. But if you say all these things are wrong, right? And they do like sit people down when they find out people's tea and stuff like that. But after your time of sitting down, you right back to business as usual. Usual. So what's the point of setting them down anyway?
Hi, Marcella.
Hi, Marcella.
I've never met you before, but I've seen you and I've heard a lot of wonderful things about you.
He said y'all
You
couldn't
must
believe it
be
was an
on
appetizer. Yeah, it
the
was an
right
appetizer.
channel,
You heard
honey.
me? The bread was fresh. And the Welch's had bubbles.
Not the bubbly.
The sparkling Welch's.
Champagne sipping lovely. Not can but you still
The
think
blood of Jesus, honey.
And it's crazy though, because at this point, here's my thing. First of all, the building ain't the church. We are the church. Whenever two or three are gathered. So when I say real shit missionary Baptist church is coming, it's coming for real because like who not tired of going to church and hearing the same damn thing they say every month anyway? They only preach their favorite verse out the damn Bible anyway.
I
They
mean,
don't
but
be
let's
talking
be
about no
honest.
real shit.
They have a curriculum that they must adhere to.
Right. Like, no. What about the in betweens and the contextual clues? Like, they take verses and just spin them to whatever they want them to mean.
Honey, like I told somebody the other day, I said, if I hear about Meshach and them again, I'm tired of hearing about them niggas, okay?
We
That's
gonna
all
go
I'm
into
talking
other
about.
books too, like the Apocrypha, because the
Yes.
stories in that book, listen, and you can tell why they took those books out the Bible because if Black people alone had access to those books, we would feel and think so much differently about ourselves. And they knew that.
So,
Right.
Nisi, TheeEnicole, we come from 3 different states, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Easter is coming up, right? Did y'all all hear? But early Sunday morning, he got up. He got up with all power in his hands. Did y'all all get that same Easter Sunday sermon?
And you know it, girl, with my bright yellow Easter dress on.
Meanwhile, Easter don't got nothing to do with Jesus.
And
It's
then
a
you go to the
holiday. It's
kitchen,
a holiday of fertility.
right? Because then you go to the kitchen afterwards, and they give all the churn eggs. Now
From a bunny.
I ain't never
That's like,
read in the Bible the part that say he got up and passed out Easter eggs.
And I never been in no science class that said rabbits have eggs.
period.
child. I said, who sat down and come up with all this stuff? It probably was a pedophile come up with all this stuff, Easter Bunny. Like, like who came up with that? Like,
And I be getting so mad at my grandmama and them. Cause I'm like, so y'all really didn't question none of this shit? Y'all really didn't question this shit?
I used to get put out of Bible study.
Me too. I used to be getting
Because I
told.
would ask questions and I wasn't trying to be funny. All the children laugh, but I wasn't trying to be funny.
Just
Like,
trying to make it make sense. Cause it didn't make sense.
because you
First
know,
of all,
y'all
it says study to show yourself approved. When you study, what do? You constantly ask yourself questions to get to the answer. So if I don't know something, I'm supposed to ask, right? But they be getting mad because they don't really know the answer. Instead of saying, I don't know, let me look further into it for you. Because if I don't know something you ask me, I'm going to tell you, let me go back and research that.
I don't think that it's
but
that they
ain't
don't know.
Jesus death the only
Some of that
holiday that
shit that
he
motherfuckers
did
was asking, they
commemorate?
didn't know.
I don't think that is that they don't know. I think that they get upset because it's an indoctrination. And you're not supposed to question it. You're supposed to be a gopher. How
No,
dare
because they allow you to ask the right questions. But when you go too deep and they don't know the answer, that's when the anger comes from anybody
Uh-huh.
that you talk
Uh-huh.
religion to. Because if they ask you a question, what happened to Noah? They'll spill that right off. Oh, he was in the flood and he built an ark. But why did the flood come? They don't want to tell that story.
And how he
So
get to it, everything. How he get to it, everything, okay? Woo.
it's sickening to me. It's sickening to me. And then how the church just changed from, because it was stages. I remember back in the day when I was younger, it was all damnation. When you do some stupid shit, you going to hell. It was them judgy, everything is evil sermons. To now, all they talk about is give your money.
Right. Like whenever I was growing up, y'all, I'll never forget. I was 9 years old, and you know how when you're PK, you be in church all day from Sunday school all the way up to the nighttime. Honey. Sometimes they would have a 7 o'clock singing. Then another preacher will come on around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we be in there till 11 o'clock sometimes. But anyway, this was one of them late evening sermons. And it was thunder and lightning real hard. And he up there, repent or you going to hell. Hell this and hell that. I was terrified. I was like, couldn't even go to sleep that night. I was like, what am I doing, Lord? Am I gonna go to hell? 'Cause I don't believe that Jesus had blonde hair, blue eyes, like that type of thing. Like it was just so scary for me growing up because that's all I got with those hell. It would be me shacking them, and and then you going to hell every other Sunday for the month. Okay, so
And now it's pay your tithes and give so you can be what they call it, prosperity. So you can have prosperity.
Hey, I think that the analogy that I heard sis speak earlier is really on some mob tie shit. It's
mm-hmm.
some really mafia style shit. Fear mongering. You got to pay them in order to be safe. You know,
Hmm.
you
Mhm.
either
And when I broke that down to somebody, they could not believe it. I'm like, if you look at all the levels of the mafia or any type of level type system to a
The
group,
gang.
yeah, you can put it on paper and it's the same as the church. The exact same. And they really carry out just like you said, sis. Like it really is that. Like the bigger your church, the bigger your protection is, the bigger your offering plate is, the bigger presence you have when you go to other churches. The bigger the dinners are, the banquets. Like it's really a whole facade of a lifestyle if your intentions are not in it right, because everybody that go to church ain't there for God. It's a fashion show. It's a
Mhm.
dating service.
and
Um,
Mhm.
and you know how the mob, they killed, they sold drugs, they cheated on their wives, but they were Christians. They were devout Catholics, and everybody else was thugs. And everybody on the outside who didn't think like them were bad people. The cops were pigs. The black people were thugs and niggas. But whatever they did, they would be forgiven. It's just like that.
Like,
yep,
let's be for real about the way. Now, I ain't finna sit here and y'all think that I don't believe in God because I have a personal relationship with Him and it's between
definitely.
me and Him. But the way that this religion was taught was some slave stuff.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
The way that I feel like the Church
Definitely.
of God went was keeping that same narrative that they used to control the slaves. You get what I'm saying? So that's what
Yeah, they
I
couldn't even read the book for themselves. That's why we hear the same stories over and over and over and over, because
right.
from memory and from the classes, because you got to go through class to become clergy. So listen, my grandfather, do I got the book right here? My grandfather had a book called Persuasive Preaching. If I'm telling you the truth, I don't gotta persuade you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the chapters are broke down as to like how to evoke emotion, how to, you know what I'm saying? Like they know how to trigger you. And when you talk about the slavery, like that's where the moaning and the singing and the stomping come in, because that
Mm-hmm.
stuff evokes emotion. Aside
Mm-hmm.
from music, like I be so upset when people don't really fully grasp the power of music. Music alone is powerful as hell.
It
Gangsta
is.
First Lady just used that same type of shit in her speech about playing with her husband.
Right. Had a whole score playing behind her. You knew when the sermon was getting good as soon as you heard. Dun, dun.
I was like, this the part I'm for the clap.
Yeah.
Girl, I didn't never do none of that. My parents would get so mad because I would just be sitting there like, stand
Girl,
up, clap. I'm not going to pretend.
I
If I
feel
have
straight.
a feeling or something, I will get up, but I'm not going to be getting up, running around the church for pretend. I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, y'all, I remember I went and visited this church in Lafayette, right? And they had altar prayer. So, you know, I was going through some things in my life. I went on up there to altar prayer. And they was real good in their production because I was feeling it, right? I'm in the spirit. Eyes closed, hands lifted. If that bitch ain't come trying to push me, bitch, if you don't
I
get
Marcella got a story like that.
you don't get your demonic ass.
Is
I think everybody got
Marcella,
a
you still
story
in
like
here?
that.
Did you just try
Marcella
to push me?
Time
Marcella
to push
said
you
that
down
she
to
didn't
the
know whether or not she
ground,
would have
Tammy.
thrown a two-piece. Because somebody,
Yes,
the
because
woman had
bitch,
a head. She
They
trying to.
knew not to play with me like that. They said, let's just walk on by her. God bless you. Thank you. Because don't get me wrong, y'all. Church is very real. And that's why I'm so irritated by it. Because church is real. A real church, a church that's rooted in truth, is real. It's amazing. It's powerful. But the fact that it's just so many of these little buildings playing church, like how we used to do when we went home from church and
I,
mimic the shit we saw, like this shit is sick.
like some of the grimiest stuff I've ever seen in my life has taken place courtesy of the church.
Same.
And you didn't know whenever you see one mother of the church not liking another mother of the church, and you think it's all about they kitty heels and what dress and hat they wear. Couldn't find out that Deacon across the church over there done
What's them
slept with
two
both
ladies?
of them.
Barbara, this is Shirley.
Oh, yeah, people be playing too much with God, man. They just do.
But the fact that they are in, like, not only are they playing with God, but they in turn fuck people's lives up. From the people who think that it's okay to do the bullshit to the people who really need help get there, get judged, and feel even worse. Like, cause
Mhm.
me coming from church, that prepared me for the streets. You can't do nothing to me in the streets that ain't already been done to me at church.
Especially when you're a PK like us. They always look like bad, fast ass gals, and y'all out there doing more than I was.
Listen, I did the first time I had sex, I was 17 and a half. Hurt me so bad I didn't do it again, so I was like 20 something. But when I did it the first time, my daddy made me go in front of the church and he told them what happened. Meanwhile, I'm looking out at all these broads with babies on their lap.
Exactly.
Where
You
did
see
that make
that
sense at?
dichotomy?
So if I was a weak individual, that could have traumatized me. My church had over 5,000 members. Like, really? And I know what these people doing because when you a PK, those adults involve you in grown people shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they used to come and tell me because my daddy was one of the ones where he was like, "You're going to participate in something in church. I don't care what it is, but you're gonna be part of something. Whether it's the choir, the usher, the whatever." I tried the usher thing. They stood up too much for me. I wanted to sit down. So naturally, I went to the choir. Every time I went to the choir, them old ladies was just talking to me about shit I didn't know nothing about. I did not want to be around that.
Respectfully, big pressure. I don't think PKs were some of the worst kids. I think it was more of a light
Yeah, not at all.
being cast on us than there were the other kids. They expected the other kids to be doing it.
Forget a light.
Because my daddy is pastor of the New Birth, New Organization, Church of God Christ of North Carolina is my daddy. Y'all expect me to be this perfect kid. And I don't know a perfect person ever. Okay.
And F a light, it was a microscope. You could do
Yeah.
nothing. A facial expression, an outfit, the
Look,
tone in
come
your
to church
voice.
and let a little bit of that right there be shown.
Nothing. Like,
I don't
no.
know what y'all talking about because the preacher's son was bending me over. So I don't know.
Well, we know your story, but here's one thing I will say to that though.
I was
It's
getting bent over.
There
I'm gonna
was
say
nothing
it's
in
two
the
different sides to
matter.
preachers' kids though, because you got your ones that dealt with the strictness. So, but you got to remember, while we getting all these rules placed on us, common sense and worldly shit is not being taught to us. So you are going to be told don't have sex till you get married. But
But
you're not
why?
going to get told a man will make you feel like no other woman in the world matters to get
Right.
your ass. They're not going to tell you how to balance a checkbook. They're not going to tell you that when you get older, you're going to have bills. Like, they don't teach you none of the mental, emotional side of
To
life. All
prepare
they
you
teach
for the
you,
reality of life.
yeah,
No
all they
duty.
teach you is accept Jesus into your heart and don't have sex till you get married.
Now, one thing that I will give to the Jehovah Witnesses is
Oh,
that
girl.
that's one thing that I would give them. They do teach that Bible, though. They do teach everything in that Bible.
No,
Okay.
But they don't live by it.
not
My
everything, and
son
not everything.
is for a Jehovah's Witness whose mom is a Jehovah's Witness, all that good old shit. And she upholds her son being a fuck nigga deadbeat. Okay, so yeah, and he's a fuck nigga deadbeat and a devout Jehovah's Witness. So I think it just goes back to there is no perfect ethnicity, there is no perfect culture, there is no perfect religion. It's good and bad and some of everything. And that's why you shouldn't be so closed minded and narcissistic and arrogant to believe that because you follow this way of life and this belief system, because all of it is a belief, it's not a knowing, it's a belief. And
And all
just
the stories are similar.
yeah. And just because you follow this certain belief system does not mean that you have this authority over what is right, what is not, and who is should be saved, who should be forgiven, and who sin shouldn't. Because at the end of the day, everybody book says there's no sin greater than the next other than I believe.
Boom.
So that means my boo boo stink just like your boo boo stink just like her boo boo. It don't matter if mine is green and healthy, yours is brown and loose, and hers is hard and fucking black. I don't. It don't matter. It's all shit. It all stink. Okay.
You know what else it say after it says that there's no sin greater than the next? It also says,
Hi, Blended Healing.
judge lest ye be judged.
Correct.
So while you're judging all of these people, I believe that's one reason why we see these pastors fall so far from grace, because us as black people as a culture period, it's the what happens at home stay at home, and what goes on around us, you don't share that. So you give off this image that you're perfect. Meanwhile, your best and biggest lessons are learned through mistakes. So you would gain so many more people, and change so many more people's life by telling them, I went through this. This is what happened to me. I feel you should do this. That's how I talk to females under me that look up to me. Like, I'm not gonna act like, because there's a lot of people in church, they say they stopped smoking 10 years ago. They the worst judges of smokers. But yet you used to smoke 10 years ago. So why not just help them in on tips of what you did to stop smoking instead of judging the next person who doing exactly what you used to do? It makes no sense to me.
Like I said, and them ladies of the church act like you
Hey,
come
blended
in with a little bit
heroin.
of cleavage showing. Meanwhile, they busting it open for the danking.
It's crazy.
It comes down to just having empathy and being human.
Yeah,
Allow people to be human, and a lot of times people don't want to talk about um what they used to be. They'll say things like, I don't live in my past. But that's why I've always been one to share my story, because I believe that God didn't allow me to make it out of it so I can act like it was all me that did it.
period. And I
God,
know I went through all the shit I went through to not tell somebody about.
right. Like, how else can you see how powerful he is unless you see that he took me from being that person you knew to the person you see today? Or if you meet me
Mhm.
today, I could tell you who I used to be, and you never believe that I did some of the bald head whole thug shit that I did before. And that's how you see how God actually works. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you supposed to tell somebody how I made it over. Ain't that what the church song say?
Yeah.
And I was hanging out the window with my ratchet friends too, okay?
So Tasha,
And another thing, while we own that, I feel another thing that turns people off is because they make it seem like in order to believe in God, you got to be this boring ass lame that does nothing. Where did he ever say that you can't have fun? Where did he ever say that you can't be cute? Where did he ever
Well, just look at who Jesus hung around.
the
He
sluts, the robbers, the gangsters, and the thugs?
that's why Tasha need to just come clean. Ain't that the one who did it? Tasha.
Huh?
Which one that
Yeah,
was?
yeah, yeah.
Tasha need to just come
I call her
clean
Latosha.
and say, sis, look, you know how your brother-in-law is, man. Back then, the first time the check came, and I was like, damn, they sent me sis check. And your brother-in-law was on some shit like, fuck that. It came to us, it must be God that's for us. And I told mama, and mama said, just give me 10,000 to get to the church, and God will make it. Sister, we all was wrong. I should have never did that shit, sis. I was down bad.
But
She was,
instead, she's standing 10 toes down on her live and about to release a gospel album.
and her mama
mm,
backing up.
that's the sick part. That was the sickest part to me. Like, as a mother, don't you say, y'all look, okay, I understand you hurt, but at the end of the day, y'all sisters and y'all ain't finna do this in front of me. A hug or something, but no.
But look, but she didn't say none of that till the money came up. Because when they was just plain arguing at first, her mama looked and said, she's jealous. It wasn't until they brought the money up that she said, get these cameras out my house because now your truth about to come out.
Hmm.
And didn't I just say the other day on the live we did the other day, I said, while all these people judging and looking down on people, they would have a fit and a heart attack if they skeletons fell out the closet.
Hmm.
That's why they
And
all not put them bitches in the closet. Bring them motherfuckers up out of there. They don't
Bring
belong
them
in
out,
there.
bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
honey, I got a lot of stuff I can bring out on folks, but
Bring them bitches out of
I
there.
put it in my file cabinet in case I got to go back there up them stairs,
Cause guess
pull
what?
out what this house say, November 23rd,
Cause guess what?
2020.
But the
Wait a
devil
minute.
loses his power on you. when you can bring them skeletons out the closet and own up to them. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? If
Because you
you
can't hurt me with some shit I already did. I was
correct,
there. You wasn't.
correct. I'm gonna tell you the truth about me. Not because I think it's cool, but because nigga, this how far I done came.
Right.
And this how so backwards the world is. You would trust somebody lying to you about how perfect they is than somebody telling you the truth about how fucked up they are. That is
Mm-hmm.
so ass backwards to me. Like this, it pisses me off about our people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll say even envelopians, a lot of them that I know, they are honest about they fucked up ways.
Get up
When
in
it
front
comes
of
to
the
us, we
church.
sugarcoat everything.
They'll get up in front of the church. It won't but 3 weeks ago. Y'all was shooting up heroin at the motel seat with a prostitute and two of her friends. But now, since I done found this church family, I'm clean, y'all.
And I think it's fucked up because have y'all seen that video is going around? It was a black woman. She was standing in front of the church and she was talking about what she had overcome. And
Mm-hmm.
she started
And
talking
her got that
about,
microphone.
yeah, they just took the microphone from her. Like, that's fucked
But the
up.
girl was if the girl was sucking dingaling for the next hit. If she wanted to tell everybody that in front of the church, she wanted to get that off her heart.
Why
And
she couldn't? Why she
the
couldn't
way
share
they
her
treated her, she
testimony?
probably went right back out on the
Right?
trail and got high again.
Yeah, she did. Cause why she can't tell her testimony?
Like,
Paint a perfect picture.
woo! I don't know why people in the church are so offended by sex, and they be the
It
biggest.
probably was him who dangling she was sucking, and he ain't want
Scared she was
nobody to
gonna tell
know.
that part.
Yeah, his glasses fall right on up, and he came and snatched that microphone immediately.
That nigga say, "Whoa, bitch, you just supposed to take that to God in prayer."
It don't happen now. Ain't no need of
Mm-mm.
talking about it. It already in the past.
My philosophy has always been: if I can't hide from my creator, what in the shit I look like trying to hide from you?
That part.
Why am I gonna change who I am for some old flesh and blood when my creator accept me just as I am? You know what I'm
Yes, it
saying?
is. It's the church. You're supposed to be able to be bare and naked there. Like that's the problem. It's too much hiding and secrets.
And that's when you
What?
give those demons their
Right.
power.
Yeah, no,
When
I
you
can't go with
Exactly.
that.
call those demons out by name, when you too afraid to address those demons as exactly what they are, then you don't have strength enough to battle them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And it took me until I was 40 years old to believe that because of the church. Now I ain't gonna say church was all bad, but a lot of the way I grew up in church was a lot of fear and intimidation. So
And that's how they control people with fear. But that's exactly what Sis just said. You're supposed to call them by their name to remove them and call them out. If you're not even gonna say their name, they laughing at your ass, and then they gonna play with you 10 times harder.
yeah, some of them preachers be scared. Somebody hell you could tell they got a whole demon in them. Some of them preachers knew not to put hands on them people. They knew that it was above their pay grade. Okay, so
But see, then you who are you to be leading people then if it's above your pay
exactly,
grade?
exactly.
Because they casted them out at our church.
But then
Now,
Now they running. They're running.
they like to call them generational curses. No,
Hmm.
yeah,
baby, that's them dormant demons that you too scared to battle. That's what that is.
yeah, facts.
Yep. I agree with you there.
But have no fear. Real shit Missionary Baptist Church is here. And the name is protected, so don't play with me.
It's like I just never for the life of me understood the whole following behind people like sheep. If I question something, I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, I'm
And
asking
like I
questions.
said, that was the reason why I was judged a lot of times is
Hey,
because
Demontre.
everybody thought I was always trying to be funny. But it wasn't that. It was like the stuff that you're teaching me doesn't make sense. And I don't
Mhm.
know how at a young age I knew that. But I'm like, wait a minute now. Common sense dictates if A is this, it can't be that. So that's why I got in a lot of trouble, y'all, because I question everything.
You supposed to. That's how you learn.
And I think that'd be part of my problem whenever these people go off on YouTube. It'd be like I be trying to understand why would anybody think like that? The analytical part of me be messing me up sometimes because I be entertaining the BS too long because I be trying to figure out how these people think whenever there's no logical answer for it. But my analytical brain wants a logical answer, but
Sis, didn't I
sometimes
tell
they
you that when I
don't.
first met you? I'm
Like,
like, she gotta add up for me. And when it does not, oh, I have lots of questions.
Baby, listen, I asked my pastor wife. She sell that $5 jewelry. This is the pastor
Mm-mm.
at the church that my family been belonging to.
Roxy,
Yeah, $5 jewelry. And so he opened her up a
that was
storefront.
my daughter's first business.
it
He
should
opened
be a
her up
dollar
a
jury.
listen. He opening her up a storefront to sell her
Mm-mm.
$5 jewelry. You know what I asked her? Can I sell my toys in there? I'm just trying to figure out if I can sell my toys in your store.
That would be better off to take a trip to New York and get all that jewelry from the Chinese people and bring it back and put it in the store. Now charge for 50 cents.
Can I sell my adult sex toys in your $5 jewelry store? Okay, I'm serious. She said, I know you serious. I am. I mean, what I said, don't y'all be fucking? Okay. All the church women's coming to be fucking. I want their money too. Don't be
And
please.
did
Hey,
y'all
sweet
churches
day.
teach y'all that masturbation was a sin?
Yeah. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they said that you only supposed to have sex to reproduce.
But see, I feel like this is why they breed a lot of people with fucked up psychological sides and criminals as well, because they make everything be so wrong and nasty when these are natural feelings. Now, of course, messing with children out the picture. I'm not talking about stuff like that. But relations with consenting adults making you feel like you just this dirty, nasty person, and they wonder why all this secrecy and y'all secretly burn when y'all piss.
Girl, I just never understood the
Hey,
taboo,
sweet baby.
how taboo we make sex. It's like I said, Manslow put it on the same level of hierarchy of needs, y'all. If y'all took psychology class, y'all know what I'm talking about. And Manslow said that he feel like sex is down there with food and water. Okay, and I agree with him.
And they
Okay.
wonder why they had all them orphanages because they done told the priests and the nuns not to have sex all their life. And everybody admit to go sexless their whole lives. And you got all these freaks sneaking into the back communion room having sex and giving their kids away. Or
And
messing
you
with little
know,
boys and messing with
yeah,
little
messing with the
girls.
little altar boys that carry the candles and stuff. And
Everybody ain't messing
you
with
remember the Duggar family?
Yeah,
it.
They were ultra religious and
yeah,
and kind of
No,
find
who's
out
that?
that son was messing with the daughters.
Who is
yeah.
this?
They was on TV. They had all them churn.
They had like 19 to 20 kids.
I never heard of them. They was some
Uh-huh.
Mormons.
Ultra religious. They didn't they taught inside the school, inside the house.
They was Mormons.
They weren't Mormons. They was more like you would say the holiness church. Like the girls had to wear
That's sis
dresses.
computer child.
Oh, my bad. Cash out me, baby. Let's give me a new laptop.
Sis
But
computer
yeah,
over there sound like a generator.
girl, let me tell you the audacity of these people. Knowing this boy had done messed with the sisters, okay? They allow him to marry this girl from Florida. Okay, of course, they didn't know anything about each other because they had to have people go out on dates with them. Like they couldn't go out on a date by themselves. One of the brothers, sisters, or the mama or daddy had to be with them to prevent them from having
You know
sex
what?
with
I
them.
think I did see this. Was they in the restaurant and the mama was in the restaurant with them? Was they white?
Yeah, they white.
I think I seen it. It was on TV, right?
Uh huh. And
Yeah, I think I
then come to find out, this same boy, he ended up with a high paying job in Washington D.C. And this boy was on what was that call girl list? Was it Madison? Ashley Madison? Something like that. Anyway, with white call girls will be up there. This fool is gonna be ordering his prostitutes and using his real credit card with his real name on it.
I told you they don't teach common sense.
Like, and that's how he got caught. And then because the family started going out the gay rights, okay, that's when all the stories dropped about him messing with all his sisters and stuff like that. Because this gay news reporter took his tail down to Backwoods, Arkansas, to dig up any dirt he could dig up, and come to find out, it's a lot of stuff. They were so religious, but couldn't find out that the boy that I'm talking about, he maybe was messed with by one of the members of the church, child. So it was like just stuff falling out, the skeletons falling out the closet everywhere. But do you know TLC? They stopped calling it the Duggar family, but that gave some of the other kids their own show anyway.
Hmm. Anything for $1.
Like, because whenever the boy was just accused of messing with his sisters, everybody in the comment sections, you know, God said forgive. He was young. He didn't know what he was doing. But whenever they found out he was ordering call girls and cheating on his wife, they were like, he going to hell. Send him to jail, do whatever. But him messing with his sisters won't bad enough for y'all to say, okay, something wrong with this boy.
Well, that's because that's what they do. You know, I just found out that the blue people of Kentucky was a real thing. I just found out that it was a real thing. And they supposed to be religious and keeping their bloodline clean with my quotation fingers up.
Mm-hmm. That bloodline clean, all right.
but their
It's a
skin
whole
was
lot
blue.
of recessive genes dividing is what's going on.
They skin was blue. Just could not believe that. Meanwhile, all this real shit is going on in the world. But everybody worried about the latest bags, the latest cars, the longest weave, the longest nails, the longest eyelashes. Meanwhile, where's your soul at? You have no type of integrity. You're not trustworthy. Like, what really matters in life?
Because their whole goal is not to be good people. Their whole goal is to go to heaven. So they feel like if they show up on Sunday, every Sunday, and put their tithes and offerings in place, that they're gonna go to heaven. That's their whole goal. It's not to be a good person. Because there was one thing that I asked in Bible study that I used to end up with a tail beating whenever I got home. I was like, I asked this question and it pissed them off so bad. I said, if there was no reward of heaven, will you still be trying to live this type of life? And
Mhm.
all of them looked at me like I had cussed them out. But it's a valid question. Will you still be trying to live like this if it was no reward at the end? And that's all I got was silence, just like it is now.
That's because, to be honest, they're not even living worth getting a reward. They put on their best, Sunday's best, their biggest hats, their laciest gloves, and when church is over, it's back to business as usual.
And I don't want y'all to think that I think that every church is bad. I think that there's a lot of bad elements in every church. I don't think every church is bad. Um, you know, I just ain't found one.
Definitely not all church is bad, but if church was doing what church was supposed to do, well, the building and the people of the church was doing what they were supposed to do, society couldn't possibly continue on like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like sis cousin said earlier in the comments, she used to feel like church wasn't really church if you didn't feel bad. And if church was really church, you will feel bad if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
I'm like, those hell and damnation um sermons needed to happen, but not every Sunday when you skip Meshach and them, okay? Like tell people about the love and glory of God, not just what's gonna happen to you if you do this, and that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that was always my problem. Like I feel like God has way more grace than we give him credit for. Because he could have got rid of humankind a long time ago when he's seen it going towards the way it's going right now.
Now, it's crazy that you said that because me with my good thinking self, right? I said, now if God created everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
God created everything, the heavens and the earth and mankind. If you remove human beings from the earth, water is going to be plentiful. The trees will grow and be plentiful. The animals will you thrive. Everything will continue to thrive and live on. But if you remove everything else, human will die.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we so narcissistic to believe that we are God's greatest creation?
Mm-hmm.
How? Why? No, we are not. Everything is important. God created all that, and we need all of that equally. You gotta love and show appreciation for all of that. And I think that that's where we went wrong as mankind, is because we have this complex and narcissistic view about ourselves that we're the greatest thing born to man. We it. So we go and we tamper with things that we have no business tampering with.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
We
big
go
pressure, this is exactly what it is.
But think about it. Like,
Hold on, wait, because I want to piggyback off what she said because that's a big ass detail that I feel like people do miss because they do have this God complex. And while we were made
mm-hmm,
in his image, we are not God. And even if you
right,
do walk around calling yourself God, because some people do, he also said there are no gods above me. And he said gods with an S. There are no gods above me. So there's other gods out here, supposedly, but he is the highest of the high. So you gotta have that personal relationship to even feel what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
because if you have a
that's
personal
what I
relationship
was
with
gonna
God, he
say.
gonna let you know who's in charge.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say. Like, yeah, I don't think church is geared towards you having your own relationship with God. It's geared towards everybody as flawed. You get what I'm saying? They want
Mm-hmm.
everybody to think just alike in
Mm-hmm.
that church.
Mm-hmm. Like a
Anybody
cult.
who strays from that is foreign. You know what I'm saying? And I was always the black sheep because I just had questions.
Like a cult.
Okay.
You can't ask no questions in a cult.
And as soon as you have any questions to gain understanding, then you worship the devil. You
Mm-hmm.
don't
Mm-hmm.
believe in God.
Girl, it's just the
Mm-hmm.
devil making you ask that question.
Right, like what?
Trying to be
The
disruptive.
devil already know the answer and laughing at your ass. And I'm going back to what Pressure and Sis said, like, um, if you have that relationship with God, you know that you're not even supposed to be religious. You're supposed to be spiritual. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the another huge component missing from church as well. It's so caught up in religion and all these rules. Your skirt got to be this long. Your hoops got to be this big. You can only wear this amount of makeup on your eyelids. Your nails can only be this long. Your pants can't be this tight. Uh, what? I
It's
ain't
on
seen none of them
the
rules in the book.
it's on the it's I'm telling you, come from that slave teaching.
But
How they used to teach the slaves.
but in the
That's the
Old
root of the
Testament,
whole church.
they tell them casket sharp preachers that they ain't supposed to wear them blended materials in their suits and stuff. They ain't supposed to be eating them big old lobsters and scrumps they like to sit up there.
And
Mm-hmm.
say,
Mm-hmm.
look, I was like this one Sunday.
You ain't supposed to be in the same bed as your wife while she on her menstruation cycle.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And
I asked one
meanwhile, they out here having sex.
I asked one Sunday school morning. Dang, it just slipped my mind. I asked something. What did you just say, Mount Oracle? 'Cause I think it was a thought off what you just said.
Which one about them blended materials and that food they
Yes.
like to eat?
I asked one morning in Sunday school, I said, well, geographically, like everybody in the area wore cloaks. So if it won't no such thing as pants being invented, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I got in trouble, got my tail beat when I got home for that.
They pick and choose what they go back. Because I remember when I first started not wanting to eat pork and trying to pull back on pork, and I was talking to my granny about it. Um, some people try to come back and say the New Testament canceled out the Old Testament. How? Where did it ever say that at?
Oh, they ask you this ignorant shit right here. Oh, so what, you gonna be Muslim now?
Yeah, like, and that's the most disrespectful thing to say to yourself because the Muslims have way more discipline than
Yeah.
these Christians do. Way more discipline.
Honey, how Malcolm X stop him? He was like this. And
So now my question is this: when will the doors of Real Shit Missionary Baptist Church be open?
It's coming soon. It's coming soon. I'm gonna keep y'all posted. It's coming soon. We really want this to be an impactful thing because it's not a joke. It sounds funny. We're gonna have fun, but it's really not a joke. It's real shit. Like, and prime example, like it's not gonna be on Sunday because the gag to because big pressure. You're absolutely right. Sunday mornings is the most segregated divided hour. When the gag is Sunday, ain't even the day we supposed to be worshiping on.
speak on it, sister.
But
So
I'm gonna stick the gag even further down the throat. If you
and
go
she go with her raised and she goes, what you say, sis?
Speak on it.
I'm gonna take your gag and raise you a gag.
I'm gonna take your gag and raise you a gag. If they wouldn't have removed those books of the Bible,
Okay.
what they said, hey
Okay.
man, say man, don't fuck with the calendar. don't you ain't supposed to fuck with the calendar. Leave it alone, nigga. Leave it the fuck alone. But what the fuck
Cause
did they gonna
honey,
do? Daylight savings times and shit.
the more and more they mess with time, the closer and closer we get to the apocalypse, girl.
Leap years and shit. Do you know why they
Because they
did
definitely
that?
played with that calendar.
Absolutely, but it tells you in the book of Enoch when God ordered them to not touch it. But
Mm-hmm.
they did that because one of the commandments was to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. So
Mm-hmm.
just like they went and came up with this whole new alphabet and language that calls Yahshua the Most High Jesus, the Mexican name, and
Mm-hmm.
gave them an image, they play with that calendar because they do not want you to follow God's commandments.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's all I
Man,
want.
I wish I could have more light-minded conversations with some smart
You will.
women.
You don't even have to worry anymore because the
Ooh.
time is now. You don't even have to worry anymore. The time is now. The place
Like
is
where
He
y'all
heard,
been my whole life.
he heard your cries. He has delivered. He has delivered.
I was saying, Lord, don't send me nobody else new on the internet and be like, put it on my heart and say, help them, Lord, because I don't like these hoes, Lord. That's exactly how I said it.
Y'all know I don't fuck with these hoes.
So I'm glad I got a chance to meet y'all because I'm telling you, some of these conversations that people be having on YouTube just make my head hurt because I be like, how in the world is one person this stupid?
Listen.
And
And
it pains me to see somebody that stupid.
just when you think that you had saw stupid at its stupidest, the bitch being more stupider. It don't make no sense. But all I pray is that when we do hit this live button and they get to bear witness to these type of bills, I pray that it catch on like wildfire, and that I can go to another person's channel and I can hear them continuing bills such as these, okay? Because it just need to happen. It
I'm
just need to
definitely touching agree on that.
It just needs to happen. I don't care if you heard it here first and took it and carried it on because it needs to happen. I don't give a fuck. Good, good. I hope that we can influence people to change up what is the norm and make the unnormal, abnormal, whatever the fuck the right word is, and have these type of bills. Because
Mhm.
eventually, if you quit putting trash, then they won't have no more trash to watch.
Definitely. So that link that's on the bottom, make sure y'all come rock with us. There's multiple shows on that platform.
Oh yeah,
Saturday,
that's what we supposed to be talking about. So I could go to bed. Oh y'all.
Saturday,
And
Saturday they
you go
gonna
to
have the
bed
house
early when
party.
you're old. You
I'm
know.
not gonna be there, but I'm gonna give Aunt Niecy the doors to crack open the house party. Um, but the link is right there on the bottom. We be having a good time.
Now, house party, we
Mm-mm.
ain't talking about church.
Yeah, now.
We dealing with straight bullshit.
That part.
The Patreon is not church services, okay? It's not. It's the Saturday before Communion Sunday. We gonna need communion after that.
So make sure that y'all come mess with us, you know. I can't even follow up with your prayer, sis, because that's all that need to be. You gave the benediction.
I know, right?
She gave the benediction. So we're
Fuck
gonna
it
get
all
on
the
up
way
out of here.
now.
We've been on here for about an hour and a half. We gonna get up out of here. Make sure y'all come and see us on Saturday at the house party and everything else we have to offer. Sis, make sure that y'all subscribe to her. Show respect to Anisi because I don't want to have to come and say nothing to you. But other than that, we will see y'all next time.
And him and all of his children said, Amen.
Man.
Amen. Amen.